I'm literally in medical books as a medical marvel. In 2022, I got quite ill. Didn't really know what was wrong with me. My son had a sickness bug and ended up in hospital. And then I got it and it wasn't going. So for about 3 weeks, I felt horrendous. I couldn't get out of bed. And very long story short, I ended up in hospital for a month. And when my GP just kept saying, "Oh, you're okay," and I eventually ignored them and went to A&E. And I was in multiple organ failure. So I was in heart, liver, and kidney failure. So basically, it turned out that I have, and now I still have something called heart failure.
Okay.
So my heart was only working at 8% of what it should do. So oxygen wasn't getting to my organs, so they were dying. And
8%?
8%, yeah.
Holy shit.
And that's why I was sleeping all the time, because I had no oxygen. So I'd had the thing with Charlotte. I kind of got back on my feet, and then this happened. And I was just like, we'd had COVID in the mix of this as well. And I was just like, oh, for God's, what else? What else can you do? I was 39, and they basically said that you've got heart failure, you've got this damage done to your heart. We're not sure why it's happened, but it's happened, and you're going to have a pacemaker. You're going to have probably, it's going to be life limiting. You're probably going to have your house adapted, because you're not going to be able to manage stairs because of the lack of oxygen in your body. And I was like, right, okay, great. And then I was like, no, that's not happening. It's not going to be my life. And I just read up on it and just started gradually pushing myself to walk to the end of the drive, and then a bit further and a bit further and a bit further and a bit further. And they said my heart would never repair. And it went from being 8% to 55%, which 55% of a working heart at resting, 60% is normal. So it's just below normal. Within about 6 months, I was doing spin class. I took up cold water swimming, and then became a cold water swim guide, so I could take other people. I think it's a lot to do with the mental side. And I was like, well, I've had something really shit happen. I'm not now going to live the rest of my life in a downstairs bedroom like an old lady with a tank of oxygen. There's no way that's happening. I owe it to myself. I owe it to my kids. And I just dug in. I'm literally in medical books as a medical marvel.